That's right.
He doesn't even do the Chicano handshake. Okay, he doesn't even know how to do it. Oh my.
Chicanos don't eat gluten-free pan dulce. Okay?
Puro bleach flour. Puro bleach flour y qué. My name is Louie Gutierrez, and I grew up in the neighborhood, the Mission District. We moved to San Francisco in 1972 during the height of the Vietnam War. Prior to that, we were living in Woodlake, California, where we had a bakery as well called La Reina Bakery. And we were there in Tulare County, right by Delano, Woodlake, kind of one of the most east towns in Tulare County. And it was population Latinos and Mexicans and whites, pretty much. And in 1972, my brother graduated from high school, from that high school there. We moved to San Francisco, and he got drafted to the Vietnam War. We went to school over here in the Mission. We would get bused to Chinatown, to Hunters Point. That was the age of desegregation, so we were not able to attend the school down the block. So we were always asking, why do we gotta, go to, the school way across town, And so again, that was during that time period. In 1977, we opened up here. My dad and my mom opened up here.
The same location?
The same location, 1977. From that time until my dad's death in 1994, my dad had always ventured into other types of businesses. He always wanted to open up another business. He had here and there, he had a few. They didn't fly because, the core, the backbone of this business has been my mother. Mm-hmm. She's always been here attending, waking up and closing the bakery. My dad would be out delivering or trying to open up a new business. We opened up paleterias. We had other bakeries, but they just didn't roll. And so in short, we've been here since '77, and it's always been a Latino barrio to us, community. It's always, even now, our community is within these walls, within these four walls that we're in now. And who comes in here, our majority are Latinos. No longer do they live in the majority, in the Mission District. A lot of them, I ask them where do they come from, and they come from outside the Mission, the Excelsior, Daly City. A lot of them are going to Hunters Point. The rumor is that Latinos are displacing the blacks, but the blacks had already been, kicked out. Right now, there's probably 6% in the Bay Area of blacks, and a lot of that has been due to the breaking down of the projects, the Sunnydale projects, the Army Street projects. Yeah. They broke those down, and once they broke those down in the Mission, then you had a lot of people who were coming from the outside into that area, which is a beautiful area. A lot of nice Victorian housing in that area, but for a long time they were not able to use that. Well, people who would have, remodeled and done something different with that weren't able to get their hands on it because of the population of black people who were there. I guess it just doesn't. It's not a mix. Yeah. So again, like I said, this is our community pretty much. The bakery is the four corners of the walls here.
So you pretty much grew up in this neighborhood then? Yeah.
So went to different schools. Like I said, we got shipped to different schools. So I went to about 10 schools within my.
So you've seen the changes.
And there's one of our local fire department guys right there. That's Victor Hurtado. He's my mom's nephew. Oh, okay. My cousin is his mom.
See, that's the thing about this community, that people know each other. You have family networks really working well here, and I think that's what's beginning to get fragmented.
Well, yeah, you do. Like across the street, we used to have people who were living there for years. No longer that is. We had people around the block, people next door, who would come in for bread and milk and come in their pajamas and run back into their house. You don't get that sense of belonging anymore. you get a more of a cold, dry customer who comes in to buy something, and normally they don't buy a lot if they're not Latino.
Yeah.
But that's okay because 100 non-Latinos makes 100 sales of bread.
Yep.
But again, yeah, you're right that the sense of community is gone in the barrio.
Something that you just mentioned, I think, is very important. Is that in many ways, these mom and pop stores, these family businesses, are not just about business. It's about community. It's about the social experience of meeting your friends who come in to sometimes even to just say hello, and that's what really makes a neighborhood.
And that's one of the questions as to why Latino businesses are not making it in the barrio anymore. Is it because we don't have that, business mentality, or we're not doing good enough as a business person, or what is it? But you're right. My mom's 87 years old, and she's from Jalisco, Mexico, and we don't. She wants to sit down here, and she wants her jacket here. She wants her TV here. She wants her her foods here. She wants to cook here. She wants to do a lot of things here. It's pretty much our second home.
Yeah.
Hello, señora.
Hi, do you have croissant?
We do have croissants, but they're not out yet. They're barely rising. The yeast isn't fully.
Okay.
I would say in about 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so again, that's the question. If you see it behind me, my mom, she collects all these little things, but now it's my sister collecting them. My mom, she doesn't even know they're there probably anymore. But my sister, those are people that have gone from the neighborhood who used to be around here, and now they're no longer here. So people will bring by the little memorials, and we'll put it up there.
Oh, that's great.
Stuff like that, things we have, gifts they give us and stuff.
What would be your fondest memory of 24th Street?
I guess my fondest memory would be growing up, and having gone through the whole adolescent age and coming out of it okay, technically okay. I don't know how it is
still
here.
free.
Still free. And I think that was my fondest memory is that we're risk takers as we're adolescent. We're risk takers, and we tend to do things that don't necessarily coincide with a good, healthy lifestyle. And in the end, when we look back, we think, wow, we had an experience, maybe not the most saludable, but we made it through, and what's next? What's next? And right now, I'm in what's next. I'm already in my 40s, and I'm looking to see what's next in my second. I want to say my second part of my life because I don't know where my age is gonna be. Someone might discover ageless serum. Come on in, you're in the video. In terms of events, I've always thought that the mission has always been right here. This is Raj. Coffee. Yeah, you know what? I do have coffee that I didn't sell it because I didn't have no cups. But you draw your cup. Yeah. That's the animal. That's Bobby. Bobby grew up in the Mission, right, Bobby? Right. Down on Alabama Street. Wow.
Hey, how are you? So what do you think?
Right here, man.
What do you think of the changes that are taking place on 24th Street?
We need the mission back. We need the neighborhood back. Change is good, but it's also important to maintain the culture, to maintain the flavor of our community. So I'm all pro change, but also we need to maintain our identity, and we need to, as long as our people is the ones that's also coming up and growing up strong, pro change.
That's great.
Yeah.
Tell us your name.
My name is Manuel Siliesa.
Fantastic, Manuel.
Hey.
Cuídate.
Mucho
Manuel.
verte, ¿eh? Luego. Chao. Si nos hacemos famosos, me llaman.
One of the things he brings up is, we need change and we need to bring things back. But you know what? A lot of Latinos, they don't, and they're the ones that seem to be, and I hate to put it this way, the most active in the community about change, keeping things alive. But they don't shop here.
Yeah.
They don't shop here. They don't come to the businesses. They don't come in. They don't buy bread. I see them in the protests and everything, but when it comes down to supporting the businesses, I don't see them. At least for me, perhaps throughout the years they've been in and they've given their quarters and dollars. But like right now is a really difficult time for a lot of businesses, Latino business especially. El's Cafe down the street opens. I don't know what the reason is, but they open up from 8 to 3 p.m. That's a question. Why? The La Victoria Bakery. Rumors were that they wanted to demolish that and put condos there, but then the dad came in and said no. Dominguez across the street. They don't have that customer base they used to have. Down the street, the Chinese place across the street, bakery across the street from Dominguez, Sweetheart. The guy down the street who is the Jewish sandwich shop, White Sons, he wanted to buy them out to put a bakery there. Discolandia got, went out. That again, was that business?
Pig and pie was
bacon, pig and pie was there. But Discolandia is a good example.
Yeah.
Did we not change with the times? Because MP3s, now you can download, and Discolandia maybe didn't. But Discolandia, they're older people and they didn't have that awareness maybe, perhaps. They didn't have that connection to technology. So maybe, I don't know. We mentioned Mission Girls, they're above that. We used to be an old bar. I forget what bar that used to be.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We've gotten rid of a lot of bars in the sense of the neighborhood, 24th Street. But you see in return what are coming are new bars.
Yeah.
They're just a little bit more classier, like.
And plus the proliferation of cafes also.
And the cafes are coming in, and those are, who knows what they're gonna bring in.
Yeah.
They're welcome because there's not a big. There's my mom coming in right now. My sister.
Do you guys own the building?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom.
So that's a great safety net that you guys have.
That keeps us from having to raise our prices.
Yeah.
Pues nosotros fuimos la tercera panadería, ¿no? De la 24. Primero era la Victoria, la Domínguez, luego nosotros. No, Victoria.
La Victoria.
Y luego le vendió el lugar a Domínguez, se cambió al otro lado de la calle, and then we opened up in 77.
Wow. That's nice.
But Dominguez is my mom's sister,
Oh, really?
the oldest sister who passed away.
Doña Concha.
Doña Concha.
Sí.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember her.
Probably chased you out for putting bread in your pocket. She was a mean one.
And she was tough in there, pero
tough one.
el pan siempre era bueno ahí.
Yeah. So that's where my
Ya no había puesto en la vez.
Ajá.
Desde chico era muy bien el pan.
Sí.
Y un par de.
Qué bueno.
So my mom's sister in Escondido, where I was born in 65, 64, my aunt, the one from Dominguez, opened a bakery up in Escondido. And then what happened was that my uncle, my mom's sister's brother-in-law, my aunt, Juan Dominguez, Concha, came to San Francisco, opened that up in 65. But my other aunt stayed with the bakery, but then left it to my mom. My dad was picked fruit, met her brother picking fruit, and then invited him to their house whenever he was in San Diego area. So he did, and then what happened was that my brother-in-law, my mom's brother-in-law, at that time they were giving away land, the reservation, and he was pequeño. So he left the bakery to them, my mom and dad, after they had married. And they moved back, they got land for themselves and their kids. And the result was they started a bakery. Well, they kept the bakery, but then they ended up selling it in 65, moved to Woodlake, and we're here today,
That's fantastic.
But yeah, but again, you know, going back to all the businesses across the street, it used to be Imperial Auto Body.
Yeah.
Before them, it used to be Alioto's, I guess, train station or something, where they used to bring cable cars. I guess cable cars were.
Yeah,
on the
used to
street.
run on 24th Street. Yeah.
And so, you know, Nick, the Russian guy, you know, he had the auto body shop for a long time. Then they changed owners, and now the Russian people who own the Paria Suiza, the Pollo Supremo here on the corner,
Yeah.
they own it. And they're putting mini condos there.
That's why they're doing all that work.
All that work, I believe they're probably beautiful.
Let me get an image of it here. So it's a nice building.
Yeah. So they retrofitted it, they gutted it out. There was gas tanks in the bottom. They took it out and they cleaned the dirt and everything. And so that's what they're doing right now. Is that, and you know, down the street we had 3 bookstores now. The bookstores, you know, the Modern Times didn't make it. They're gonna move out.
Yeah.
Alley Cat, they're doing all right things.
I hear they're going out of business.
Oh, Alley Cat too?
No, Modern Times.
Yeah, Modern Times, they're leaving.
Yeah.
They're leaving. And again, but that's the, you know, one of the guys in the neighborhood, he's one of the organizing groups. His name is Eric Arguello.
Yeah, I know.
He has said that one of his, an analyst said that this is just a kind of like what they call it, like a bubble. A bubble, and in a few years, this should, you know, all go back. But in the process, all the businesses that are Latinos that are going to be lost in the time of the bubble, you know, that's the question.
Yeah.
You know,
How many businesses do you estimate that have been lost? Let's say from Mission to Potrero.
Well, the closest one was here, Taqueria Tonayense.
Oh.
That was because, and I talked with the owner, he said that they couldn't agree on a new lease.
Yeah.
Because the new guy, the owner wanted him to do some work where the Tonayense owner thought that it should be the owner of the building's duty to do that. So that was one of the closest ones. A few liquor stores went out, but they were non-Latino owned, and which is good. You know, it's great that they're not there no more. You know, the Mexican bar, the one down the Mexicano, went out. Another bar came in its place, except it's called Zoe's and a little bit more upscale. Frutilandia, right down across the street from that place, in the Lucky Alley, the original owner was Puerto Rican, then it became Salvadoreño. Now it's a Mexicano. His name is Ralph.
Oh, really? So
He bought it because there was going to be a group of people who were going to open up a oyster bar. So he said, let me buy the place, and he's trying to keep it open. In Frutilandia, he's doing his best. He closes Mondays, but again, that's right in the near area. Across the street, where this new restaurant bakery's at, I guess it's called something Cafe. That used to be Chino's fruit market, and Chino started across the street. He moved over there, and he had that for at least 30 years. And Ramon afterwards owned it. Ramon, you know, family business, they got divorced and everything. So he left that. But then this Muslim kosher meat store opened up there. For some reason they didn't make it, and now I guess he's a Jewish man.
Yeah.
He opened it up, and he also has a few other places, and they didn't do well. They're doing really well, but there was recently a complaint that they wouldn't serve Latina at one of on 22nd.
I remember.
and And for whatever reason that was, who knows? But again, you know, that's kind of the feeling. You know, there's this one guy named Huracan Gomez who's a local artist around here from Nicaragua, came over and, you know, after the earthquake. He says, you know, the people can't buy anything in here in the mission anymore. It's too expensive. to buy. You can't sit down there and buy that.
Yeah.
You can't come into the Mission and relax.
And have a coffee
Have
that's
a
cheap.
coffee. Yeah, that's cheap. Everything's every cup of coffee, you know, it's pretty $3, $2.